Alright, hello everyone. Thank you for clicking on the video. And today we're going to be doing our week 1 team builder for the Westminster Weaviles, coached by Vic. So, um, he has a pretty interesting team. Not gonna lie, very interesting team. It's sand, so um, it's pretty scary. He's got Mega Garchomp, Gigalith, Stoutland, Regieleki, Gengar, Shaman, Empoleon, Orbeetle, Moltres, Grimmsnarl, and Alolan Dougie. So a lot of threats off the bat, and uh, I just like going into it. I just don't have the bulk to like play this game defensively. So I have to bring some pretty good offense because nothing switching into Mega Garchomp. Regieleki's a threat. Gengar, Stoutland as well. It's just he's got a lot of hard hitting Pokemon that I just can't deal with defensively. So for the first Mon that I'm bringing this week is Serena, and Serena has a really good matchup here. Um, we're going to be bringing Power Whip, U-Turn, Triple Axle, and Knockoff with an Adamant Nature and the Choice Scarf as the item here. And with our EV spread of 104 attack, we're able to basically 2-hit KO his entire team with Power Whip. That isn't the Shaman, Moltres, or super defensive Empoleon slash Orbeetle. Um, Neither of which I think are coming. If he does bring the Empoleon, it's most likely going to be Spadef to take on my Blastoise. And Orbeetle is probably not coming versus a team with Mega Aerodactyl, Galarian Moltres, etc. So I don't really see that coming. And it outspeeds his entire team outside of the Regieleki or the Stoutland in Sand. But with our 188 defense, we actually survive a lot of physical hits. We're pretty bulky on that side. And it helps me take an explosion from Regieleki, which is something I'm super paranoid about. Um, Pretty much all of my ground type Nidoking and Electrifier, they both just drop to like an Adamant Life Orb explosion. So the defense there is going to help us take those random earthquakes or rock blasts from uh, Gigalith or Mega Garchomp. So overall, it's a really good set. I mean, Power Whip is just super spammable, and then Triple Axle, of course, hits the Mega Garchomp super effectively. Knockoff is just good for getting rid of items, and Queenly Majesty actually has some use here. Regieleki can't Extreme Speed Serena, which is pretty neat. I don't know why it would, but that's a thing. Orbeetle, not Orbeetle, Empoleon can't Aqua Jet, and then Grimmsnarl can't Thunder Wave us, which is interesting, since T-Wave becomes priority with Prankster. T-Wave will bounce off Queenly Majesty, I believe, so Serena's protected in that way, so Serena's pretty much my win condition here. I don't think he's bringing the Moltres, which is why I think this is a good bring. Um, and basically the rest of the team is going to be focused around chipping everything down for Serena in the late game, because if he brings like a super sand oriented team like Chomp, Gigalith, Stoutland, Regieleki, and then like maybe Grimmsnarl and or an Empoleon, his team's gonna really struggle versus this thing after I kill the Empoleon, because the Empoleon isn't 2-hit KO'd if it's like Fizz Def. But again, like I said earlier, I don't think that's coming just because I have a Blastoise that can Shell Smash. So that is Serena. I think this thing's gonna put in a lot of work. So moving on to the next member of the team, we have Blastoise. So Blastoise is insanely good in this game. Um, with the 4 moves, the Shell Smash, Surf, War Sphere, and Ice Beam. It's literally all the coverage I need versus him. I don't need anything else. Um, it's almost perfect coverage versus his entire team. There's only a few things it hits neutrally. Orbeetle, uh, Grimmsnarl. Everything else is just gonna die. If it's a super bulky Shaman, it might not die to a +2 Ice Beam. Um, so there's a chance that that might live a hit, but aside from that, if I set up a Shell Smash, pretty much I can win if I get prior chip on Empoleon. Because Empoleon's not going to appreciate an Aura Sphere. Um, but it's really either or. Like Blastoise is the backup, essentially. Like if Serena doesn't work out, um, then Blastoise can sweep. If Serena doesn't work out, Blastoise sweeps. Did I just say that? You know what I mean? If one doesn't work, the other will. Um, and you know, Blastoise can help break down the team. Like if I can just get to +2 and hit something really hard, like the Empoleon, for instance, that makes Serena's job much easier. So there's really no downside to me bringing this set, really. I just need to get like a free Shell Smash off on something. Um, Now, as you can see, I have Expert Belt on this. It actually doesn't do any KOs for me. I actually didn't finish the set. It's supposed to be Power Herb to allow me to get a free Shell Smash on more things. Um, so it's actually a big mistake on my part bringing the Expert Belt, but there was nothing I could do, and um, it ended up working out pretty well. So we are running the Timid Nature. We do need the Timid Nature with the 232 speed to outspeed Regieleki at +2 speed. If it's Scarf, it'll still outspeed us, which is unfortunate, but we do need to run Timid to outspeed at +2. And then we just have max special attack, and then I split the rest of the EVs into bulk. Pretty standard, nothing too special there. Again, Blastoise can just sweep his entire team given the right circumstance. So for the next member of the team, we are bringing Metagross. Now Metagross is going to be a very good Pokemon for us. It's gonna be my lead in any matchup really. There's only 2 Mons I think he would lead. Actually, maybe 3. Gigalith, Empoleon, or Grimmsnarl. Empoleon and Gigalith get him rocks. Grimmsnarl can set up screens. Metagross has a fantastic matchup versus all 3 of them. I get to Meteor Mash not only the Gigalith, but the Grimmsnarl, and then I have Earthquake for the Empoleon. The worst one of those matchups for me is the Empoleon. I could get Scald Burned, but if Empoleon's the only thing that can take a hit from Blastoise or Serena, I'm definitely taking the damage with Earthquake. Even if I get Scald Burn, it'll be totally worth it. And then for the Mooslaw again, Stealth Rock, Meteor Mash, Ice Punch, Earthquake. I don't think I'm going to be clicking Stealth Rocks. I think I'm just going to be clicking attacking moves just to get damage off. But if I have the opportunity to get them up, I'll get them up. And, I mean, the coverage is self-explanatory. Ice Punch is going to do a crap ton to Mega Garchomp. Everything else does good super effective / neutral damage to everything on his team. We are running the Adamant Nature. I'm not sure if I said that already. With the 252 attack, this is just to hit it as hard as possible, and we didn't really need the speed for anything else or the bulk. There weren't any like hits I need to live in particular, so the item on this Metagross is the Shoka Berry, and the Shoka Berry just allows me to hit random earthquakes from Gigalith and from Garchomp, so I can actually hit them. Like Garchomp will just never KO me, even in sand with Sand Force. Because I have the Shoka Berry, and I'll get a huge amount of damage, if not straight up one hit KOing it with Ice Punch. So Metagross is a really good lead for me in this game, and it's just gonna punch a hole through his team. So for the 4th member, we are bringing Electrifier. So I'm bringing Electrifier, and I'm bringing this over something like Nidoking for the Regieleki because it pretty much gives me all the same coverage I would have on Nidoking. Like, if I was to bring Nidoking in this matchup, it would be ground coverage, Ice Beam, I don't know, Stealth Rocks. Like, it's pretty much the same sort of coverage I would run on it anyway, but Electivire is just a bit faster and allows me to outpace any sort of Mega Garchomp and do a huge amount of damage back with Ice Punch. It's also a good way to deal with something like Empoleon or Moltres if he brings it, which my team kind of needs to do a little bit. And again, just really good coverage overall. Then Brick Break is there as a tech for in case he brings screens on either Grimmsnarl or Regieleki. And then the Adamant Nature. Actually, that is wrong. It is not Adamant. It is Jolly, because we need to outspeed Mega Garchomp. And then for the ability, we are Motor Drive, of course, for the immunity to electric type attacks, because Regieleki is a huge problem for this team. And for the item, we are running Assault Vest. This allows us to take a Scald a little bit better from Empoleon. This is kind of our switch, which it doesn't really make sense if you think about it, because it'll usually be clicking Scald, and we don't want to get burned. But the way I look at it is I just need to get some sort of damage off with Electrifier on stuff. Like, I'm not going to be winning this game with Electrifier. And also, I don't think Regieleki is that good to where if I lose Electrifier, I'm just going to, like, straight up lose the game. It still has 0 coverage. Serena still won't die to anyone hit other than Explosion. Um, so I'm pretty comfortable. I can play loose with Electrifier in this matchup. So I think it's going to be really good. Um, and yeah, so for the 5th member of the team, we have Mega Aerodactyl. Now, I was kind of struggling with this slot on the team. I originally had Clefable, but I decided to switch it last minute to Mega Aerodactyl, just because there's a chance this thing can sweep. As you can see, I have Dragon Dance on this thing with Ice Fang, Stone Edge, and Earthquake for stab and coverage. Now, the interesting thing is with Dragon Dance and no speed investment, I'll outspeed everything at +1. And I'll kill everything at +1 with 76 attack investment, so I didn't need much. And then the rest just went into bulk. 252 HP, and then I split the rest into both defenses. I didn't have time to really like optimize the EV spread. This was a last minute addition because it was actually right before the battle. I realized my Mega Arrow set was empty. There's just nothing on because I was like, oh yeah, I'll get rid of Clef for this Mega Arrow. So that's kind of how it worked. And we have the Adamant Nature. We don't need the speed for anything. We naturally outspeed his entire team, except for the Regieleki, of course. And yeah, with the if he brings Gigalith, I get a Spadef boost with Sand. So like this thing is very, very bulky. I could probably set up a Dragon Dance on pretty much anything. Except maybe the Empoleon, I wouldn't want to risk the Scald burn, but it can be really good. It might be able to sweep his team. We'll see though. And for the last member on the team, we have Percygon II. We have Recover, Teleport, Foul Play, Ice Beam with the Calm Nature, and the Violite, of course, with max HP, max special defense, 4 special attack. This B2 is really only here for the Gengar. I still need something for it, and if he doesn't bring it, at the very least, it's a super bulky pivot. Like, if he doesn't bring Gengar, I don't think I'm ever not clicking Teleport on this Porygon 2. I have so many threats on this team that can beat him down that there's almost no reason for me not to click Teleport. So that's really all Porygon 2 is here for. So that is the team. Again, the overall game plan is to kind of whittle down his team and just get damage here and there for a Serena or Blastoise sweep. So we'll see how it goes. Battle will be up soon. I've already played it, so I'm recording this after I've played the game. That's just kind of how it worked out. I didn't have a lot of time this weekend. Also, this is the first time I'm using the slides and OBS, so I don't know if the audio quality will be that great or not. Also, the slides may not look as good as they could. Again, this is my first time messing with GIMP and stuff, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed all the graphics and the talk, and I hope you guys watch the battle, which will be uploading sometime in the next few days maybe. Thanks for watching.